Things are bad when a federal judge basically says, all right, Q, my office every single day, 6 p.m., don't be late. This isn't your angry high school vice principal. This is U.S. District Judge Sarah Alice, and the person she just grounded is Gregory Bovino, the chief of the U.S. Border Patrol. Yeah, the guy who literally oversees border enforcement across the entire country, now has to report to her daily about what his agents did in Chicago. This is real life, not a political drama on Hulu. Today we're breaking down what the heck is Midway Blitz? Why is CBP launching tear gas in Chicago? And how did a courtroom hearing end up like an accountability boot camp? Let's get into it. So, Chicago, normally famous for deep dish pizza, the bean, and a rivalry with ketchup. But lately, immigration enforcement operations. The Department of Homeland Security has been running this initiative called Midway Blitz. Imagine someone trying to make a Fast and Furious spin-off, but with paperwork raids. That's Midway Blitz. This operation led to several high-profile confrontations in Chicago neighborhoods, like Little Village and Old Irving Park, where CBP agents deployed riot-control weapons like tear gas. Video surfaced. People were like, those are kids in Halloween costumes, not a cartel strike team. The situation escalates, and boom, we end up in Judge Sarah Alice's courtroom. Picture this, Bovino walks into court, stoic, serious, the kind of guy who looks like he says Semper Fi before breakfast even though he's not in the Marines. DHS had teased that Bovino was going to correct the judge's misconceptions, like he was going to drop cold, hard border security truth bombs. Instead, what happened? He basically walked in and said, yes, Your Honor, you're right, we'll follow the order, same page, got it, like a kid caught joyriding with a family minivan. And Judge Alice, oh, she came prepared. She goes through her temporary restraining order line by line, like, did you actually read this? Or just hit agree like it's an iPhone update. Her biggest concern, tear gas being used without the required warnings, journalists being blocked, kids and non-violent crowds getting swept into the chaos. Which is a fair point because if you hear, back up, poof, tear gas, that's not a warning, that's just aggressive seasoning. Two incidents stand out. Little Village. Video shows crowd shouting but mostly non-violent. A guy with a knife slashes a vehicle. Something thrown that might be a rock. No audible warnings before yes. Judge Alice, you must tell people what you're going to do before you do it. That's literally the rule. Not even Congress gets that clear of instructions. Old Irving Park, families, kids in Halloween outfits, parade prep. And then, tear gas deployed. Judge Alice, children dressed for Halloween do not pose an immediate threat. Which facts, unless a kid is dressed as Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, that's a different conversation. So, the judge is done with way compliance energy. She orders Bovino to wear a body camera by Friday, hand over all past use of force reports plus video by Friday, submit new ones within 24 hours, show up in person every day at 6 p.m. until November 5, the preliminary injunction hearing. Imagine being the head of Border Patrol nationwide, and now you're like, I can't go home. Judge Alice has me at 6 p.m. The legal analyst summed it up. This is unusual, but absolutely within her power. This is a judicial version of try it again, I dare you. Now outside, totally different tone. Protesters are shouting. Bovino pumps his fist. He salutes like he just won the Super Bowl of immigration enforcement. Gets into the car, dramatic exit. It's like a reverse superhero moment. Inside the courtroom, Clark Kent. Outside, Man of Steel. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson goes full fire. They say they'd go after the worst of the worst. Instead, we get barbaric enforcement. Meanwhile, DHS releases a statement that basically says the crowd was violent, officers were attacked with fireworks and rocks, agents gave warnings, actions were fully according to policy. So, both sides are basically doing the Spider-Man pointing me. You are the problem. No, you are. Here's the core tension. Border Patrol says, we are ensuring safety, these were riots. Judge says, I'm not seeing an immediate threat that justifies this force. Protesters say, we're expressing First Amendment rights. Families say, my kid just wanted candy, not exposure to chemical agents. So this hearing wasn't just about tear gas. It's a battle over accountability, transparency, and whether federal agencies can operate in U.S. cities like battlefield zones. And now, every day at 6 p.m. is Show and Tell hour with Judge Alice. Look, immigration enforcement is complicated. Real risks exist. Officers can get hurt. But also, civilians shouldn't need gas masks to trick or treat. This judge isn't banning enforcement. She's saying, follow your own rules, and if you can, see you tomorrow. So, for the next week plus, Greg Bovino has the most high-stakes attendance record since your boss schedules daily sprint stand-ups. Will this lead to more accountability, or will CBP argue the judge is tying their hands? November 5th, that's when the real showdown begins. So that's it, that was the breakdown. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and do subscribe to the channel for more such videos.